Hey, good morning, everybody. Rory Powers with Right Line Trading. Hope everyone had a nice evening. Real briefly, before we get started, this broadcast is for demonstration and educational purposes only. It's important to know that I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. Looks like crude oil picked up where it left off. The Signal A bot is up 310. Let's take a look at gold. Gold, the Signal B AI drone. Looks like it's in a downtrend. And let's get to the right edge here. Good morning, Dr. Hansen. We're in a really nice trade on the Dow. The Dow did good yesterday as well. Cash registers in. Let's take a look at the ES. Always like to look at the E-mini. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Rao. You can see what happened here pre-market. Big move down. Big move down. We're getting a bit of a retracement right now. Bit of a retracement. Yesterday I was highlighting the performance of this CL, the Signal A. I believe it was the AI bot. And let me just confirm that that's the right one. Let's go to May 8th. Yeah, the Signal A AI bot up about $2,500 in the last week or so. Good morning, Dan. If you're joining us this morning, that's the good news. Amen. Have a blessed day. Wednesday, May 8th. Actually, the black gold strategy is really the hottest. So on my strategies tab, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click. I'm going to select a new strategy, and I'm just going to duplicate the black gold. So I'm going to click template, load, and I'm going to go to my CL10 range black gold. And I'm going to make sure that my instrument hasn't changed on me. Make it the crude oil. I think I'm going to trail it, actually. I'm going to trail it by 20. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about this. I just missed it. Maybe I can catch it real quick. And the last step, which I forgot to do, was to put it in my Apex account. That would help, right? Okay. So I do have 5 accounts. Today I'm going to focus on number 13. And I'm going to put it on the black gold. A major factor in my decision making was looking at the recent performance. I see right now that crude is really hot. The black gold strategy is just under $3,500 from April 29th to May 8th. So that was a major factor in my decision-making process. And I see the crude oil signal A is taking some good entries. And I always like that signal A on the ES. With this overnight, we had that big move down. So our 50, until very recently, at that morning, that bell caused that retracement. But we could very easily continue down. The ES drifted right back up to the 50. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to create a duplicate ES, just because I like to trade it. Personally, I like trading the ES on that morning move. So I'm going to put on the cash register on the signal A, and I'm going to trail it. Kind of want to give it a little room by 20. Make sure my instrument is correct and my Apex account is set. And I'm going to enable that ES on the cash register and try to get that short roll. My haymaker with the green 50 and the green 15 right now. To catch a signal A, it's not going to trigger the trade. We have to have the 50 in agreement. It has to be red on a short or green on a long, because we have this 50 signal condition checked off in our strategy. I don't want to get too complicated, but I kind of want to think out loud. If you're new and this is your first day, what we're doing today is we're showcasing the AI Auto Trader. It's a fully automated strategy that'll simultaneously trade not only the index equities, the Dow, NASDAQ, Russell, and E-mini, but we're also trading crude oil and gold. It also has the ability to trade any, I'm going to say futures instrument because of our data feed, on any time frame. Stephen Brown, trail the stop. What that means is that's how many ticks behind your stop is going to trail. If I put a 20-tick trailer, it's going to continue to trail the trade by 20 ticks. So potentially, if the trade reverses on us, it'll come back 20 ticks and hit our stop. The most it'll give back is 20 ticks. So if you're up 500 on a trade and it bounces on us and goes the opposite way, if you're up 500, it'll get back 20. On crude oil, it would be a $300 profit. There goes crude. It popped. Let's see if we got into that position. We did. So we're in the crude oil position on the Apex account. So let's watch the Apex. Makes it a little more interesting, I think. And I did put a 20-tick trailer on this. I'm going to look real quick over at my Forex Factory, my calendar. I personally don't like trading through the news, except for the crude report. I kind of like the crude report, which is today at 10:30. But any major news reports, I shy away from, to be honest. It can work both ways. It's a double-edged sword. Mark Miller had his all-time record on a news day, on a major news report, either the FOMC or the CPI. One of those major reports, he broke the records. Me personally, I'm a little more conservative, and I want to have some consistency. I don't want to have to keep renewing and renewing my accounts. I'm trying to be more conservative and maintain an account and follow that 30% rule. So I have a strategy that will be consistent. Now, other people with these prop accounts, I have to say, which can also be very profitable, have a completely different strategy. They're a lot more aggressive with these prop accounts, which really can be a winning strategy. The retirement plan's in a really beautiful trade here. Let's take a look at the retirement plan. That's been red hot, I got to tell you. There it goes again. And it took a long. So the market usually does not like gaps. Pre-market, we had that huge move down. And what it's doing is filling in that gap, and it's retracing back up. Take a bigger look. Pre-market this morning, it had a big sell-off. And now that the bell rang, it's kind of bouncing back a little bit. And the retirement plan has a good chance of hitting this profit target. I'm not going to touch it. If it was me, I probably would have closed it right there, but let's see if it goes all the way. Now, there's an old saying, don't be over a tick. And this was one tick away. So to make that extra $5, potentially we could lose a few hundred. Or 150, I think it is. But this thing could keep going. So retirement plan is on the board early. And let's look at a little history on the retirement plan. I like to look at the what have you done for me lately, which is just a few weeks. My retirement plan is about break even over the last week and a half. But my AI bot is up about $4,000, and this is a Signal A entry. So that Signal A AI bot is my strong one. Let's see if it got into that trade, just out of curiosity. We'll go to that account, and my AI bot is actually down 260, so it missed that trade. Got wicked out. The AI drone and the 2-minute retirement plan are on top right now. I'm hoping my ES got in, but I think I was a little late to the party. It's not in on the ES. But it is, I am in on the crude oil trade. So looking at the numbers on the 2-minute AI, I think after yesterday, which was kind of a slow day, we didn't take any trades really. I think I left the conservative haymaker on, and it got pulled in one loser for $150. But let's go to our strategies. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ 30 range, and then we'll pick either the 30 range or the 2-minute and put that in as well. Right now we're in a trade on the bot and drone, signal B. Got in a little later than our 2-minute. 9:45 was our entry. The signal A got in early, 9:32. So that signal A entry is going to get in earlier. So today's news, I know I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, and I apologize. But this morning we have 10 a.m. final wholesale inventories, 10:30 crude oil, 11 FOMC member Jefferson is speaking. At 1 o'clock is the 10-year bond auction, but we'll be here through 11:30. So the bond auction today at 1. And then tomorrow we have the big report early, 8:30 are unemployment claims. Unemployment rate recently went up, I saw. Quietly here we have crude oil maturing. On my Apex account. So we've got some strategies that are really doing well this morning. So I think what I'll do is I kind of like the way the 2-minute's been trading. So I'm going to do a new strategy. And I'm going to put in the AI bot, the NQ 2-minute AI bot. Now these strategies all come in pre-formatted templates. So all I'm doing now is just loading my out-of-the-box template. And it has it's not trailing. I'm going to put this on the 2-minute NASDAQ. Put it in number 13. And now I can enable that when I'm ready. Right now the market's just continuing up. Could come up to this area of resistance here and bounce. We'll keep an eye on that one. Okay, let me look at my chat here. Nice trade, Rao. Great job. Yeah, so the 30% rule on Apex does not apply to evaluation accounts. So a strategy, maybe our strategy for getting the PA account can be different than when we actually get the PA account. Or we could just, look for Well, with the 30% rule, we would need to have follow their guidelines in order to get a payout. But for the evaluation, that does not apply. I'm specifically referring to Apex. I'm not sure about the other prop firms. So the strategy on the leaderboard is the AI drone. That one's at 750. You can see the entries that it took on my text to marker. It took one short, and it got stopped out. Then it took the one long and hit a full winner. Let's see what the price action looks like on crude. It took that huge move down. Now it's kind of giving us a bounce. Has been some nice volatility. So let's hold that position there. Maybe it'll mature and give us a nice retracement here. Guys, some really quite a few green positions, green strategies this morning. Much better day than yesterday, or I could tell you that, or Friday. So we've got some strategies to choose from today. And a very common question that we get is, can I manage the trades and or can I close a position and override the bot? And the answer is yes. At any time I can hit on my chart trader. I could close a position if I'm happy with the 230. I can close it out, and I can manually override it. I've talked to quite a few people that were with services that didn't provide you with that ability. So it's definitely not a black box system. You're always in control. Once the strategy is enabled, it does execute and manage a trade on your behalf. But there's nothing from stopping me from moving my stop or my profit targets or closing a position. I'm always in control. I think the prop firms refer to that as a semi-automated strategy. As long as I'm in front of it and I have that ability to adjust the stop or my profit target or close the position as I see fit, that becomes now a semi-automated system. And it does satisfy that requirement. So my 20-tick trailer I do see is working. So worst case scenario is I'll make $100 on that crude trade. So Stephen, that 20-tick trailer is following this trade by exactly 20 ticks. So trail first target, that's what it does. It's calculated in the number of ticks. We got 1030 crude oil inventory, and we're going to leave that signal A going. Last week, if you remember, if you were with us, we had a beautiful, a tremendous trade down. The market just kept going. The price of crude just kept dropping. We could have held that position and really rode it out. Exactly. We could put it at the same amount. Yeah. In this case, I'm not sure if the stop is 20 ticks on crude, then yes. I think it's less than that, though, if I'm not mistaken, Stephen. Let's see what the crude oil stop is. Look, I made a conservative strategy for crude. I have it running on the copper account. It's in this trade as well. But if we go to a new strategy, let's see what the crude oil stop is at. And I just load my out-of-the-box template. Our stop on crude oil is 15. So we can do a 15-tick trailer, which is probably, a little, I like that kind of a little bit better. It's a little tighter, though. And we have this profit window. So if we have the good fortune enough to get to 90, once it gets to 80, what it'll do is put a bracket around the trade where our stop will jump up to 10 ticks below price, and our profit target will be 10 ticks above. And it'll be we call that our profit window. All of these parameters are fully adjustable. With such a ambitious first profit target, we could certainly make this profit window at 20 or 30 ticks if we wanted to. So the market just keeps going up and up and up. It makes me think of our signal B. Our signal B is a trend trading strategy. And what we could do is we could jump on our strategies. We see that it's trending up. I'm just afraid that it's getting overextended. But if we wanted to jump into a long trade on this NASDAQ and ride this move up, I can go to my NQ30, signal B, bot, load her up, and then very quickly and easily, it has a 50-tick trailer. I could build a strategy on this one as well. Now, I usually don't run two NASDAQ strategies on the same account, the same prop account, because I don't want to have the chance of getting conflicting positions. So since I'm looking for a reversal on the 2-minute, right now I'm just going to hold off. But I do have a strategy enabled on the E-mini, on crude oil, and the 2-minute on the NASDAQ on my Apex account. If I wanted to trade the NQ30, I would probably use a different Apex account for that. Excuse me. Yeah, so we had that big move down. The market's slowly retracing back up. We'll see what happens. Our 50s right now is a nice sloping up green color on the 30 range. You could see it here on the 2-minute. And our Ligure is locked along. So right now the software is telling us that there is a big disparity between uptick versus downtick. We have a lot of buyers pushing the price of the NASDAQ higher. Crude's giving us a nice little bounce here. Boom, that put us in on the 2-minute, on the Apex as well here. No, it didn't. Very surprised. Surprised I'm down 250. Must have had a position that I didn't see. Okay. Oh, I never enabled it. I enabled the crude, the E-mini. I never did the 2-minute. I think what I'm going to do is enable my conservative on the 30 range. Really wouldn't want this to come all the way back. I can also attach my stop to my 15 EMA. That's our modified fast indicator. So when I see I'm up $300 or $400 on a position, and I don't want to give it all back, but still give the trade a little bit of room, I like to attach my stop to that 15 EMA. And then now I have a momentum-based trailing stop that's going to help me lock in some profits. Okay, it got it. My Apex account took a trade on the ES actually. Well, this thing is continuing up. So I think what I'm going to do is I do have the Signal B AI bot enabled. The ES. And that crude oil trade. All right, so 10:30 we got crude oil report. We're going to try to make a play on crude today. Here comes the 2-minute. Here comes that 2-minute. This could be the big roll. You trading gold today, Rao? Well, this crude trade is working nicely. Crude oil has been red hot, red hot. No, sir. Crude. I know you're trading the NASDAQ. Here's our strategies in the green so far. Wow, this copper is having a great day. NQ 2 minute. The crude oils all on signal A. And that cash register is in that position that you see up top left. NQ30 range, signal B bot. Let's take a look at that trade. NQ30 range, whoops. B. Thought I was in a position there. Signal B, AI bot. NQ30 range. Oh. Oh, it's not in a position. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to continue on up. Here's our open positions. The Dow is in a long trade. You know what? My ES is on the. This strategy is on the wrong instrument. Excuse me for a moment. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I've got a 5-year-old ready to start kindergarten here soon, and she's been bouncing off the walls here these last few months in the house. She just turned 5. Come on, crude. Another $1,000 on the NQ. Nice job, Rao. That was a beautiful long move. The system sure jumped on it. We're getting ready for that crude oil inventory report. Coming up in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Let's see what open positions we got. Wow, we got quite a few open ones in the green here. We're long crude. We're long the E-mini. We're long gold for a nice winner. And we're long the YM. Really a bullish market this morning. Don't come back now, crude. Keep on going. All right, so I hit my stop. I think I made 240 on the trade. I had taken a loser on the E-mini, so I'm right around break even on the Apex. Really love to see that signal B kick in on the NASDAQ. Let's enable that. Oh, I have it on the. Let's take this off for just a second. Now, if I have the Signal B AI bot enabled on my Apex account, so I have to be careful because I have to have the Signal B AI drone enabled as well for that to take a trade. The two of those work in tandem. So I'm just looking for my Signal B AI drone. Let's see. I might have jumped into this trade. Yeah. Okay. So I finally got into this long position here on the Haymaker. And we're trailing this trade by 50. Go ahead, pop up. Yeah, it is in a nice trend now. Love to get this trade here, be done. That's the goal. Look at the E-mini. Just a beautiful trade. Wow, keep pushing up. There you go. Okay. There you go. Head on up. Got about 4 minutes to the crude oil report. I was kind of hoping this one would go all the way for me, and I could trade crude and sim. So my profit goal is about $500. Anything on top of that would be gravy. There you go. Trying to sweet talk it. Oh no. Don't do that. All right, we got 3 minutes for crude report. There you go. Come on, be good to me. E-mini's so close up here. Holy moly, is that close. Oh, the E-mini just went through. Oh. Okay. Now this area of resistance. Boy, would I love to get through there. All right, we got crude reports coming in just a couple of minutes. Go ahead up, NASDAQ. There you go. There you go. Crude inventory takes a big roll down. There it goes. Put me right in long, short. Ah! Wicked me out. Damn. That's okay, though. Ah! Took off to the upside. Ah. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, let's let it play out. Mm. All right. Big volume, 2,500 contracts a minute. Put on a signal B on gold, on crude. I'm going to trail the trade. I'm going to try to get this, if it starts going up, I'm going to try to jump in on the trend on crude. I'm going to quickly put it on 13. Volume came down pretty quick on crude. We went from 2,200 to a couple hundred. Come on, NASDAQ. Keep pushing. All right, let's go back to our accounts. All right, it hit our stop on that one. Let's just take a look and see where we're at here. Gold, holy moly. Look at the signal B gold. Wow, where are you, buddy? Here we go. So let's take off. We just got into a position on crude. So I want to quickly take off my signal B. Actually took the signal A. So it's looking for a reversal here. Gold. Let's take a look at gold. Wow. That gold is the signal B AI drone is crushing it. Crude wants to push higher. Need this to retrace a little further down and then continue up. There we go. Come on down. Need this RSI line to come down and then break back up. Let's see the trades it took on gold. It's up 579. Took a beautiful short here. Came all the way down to here. Then it took a few losers and a nice winner long. The gold is up 540. Dow is up 250 on this trade. So it's the system's really creating some really great trading opportunities. It's just a matter of getting in on the action. I took this signal A on the crude inventory report, and it's kind of been pushing up. I took a couple of short. This is the second short position I took. That the system took, actually. Here's an interesting trade, right off of resistance. See if the NASDAQ is going to push even higher, or it bounces here. Rolls, I should say. All right, let's go back to the black gold. You know, this is the trade, Stephen, that if I didn't put that trailing stop on, that I would still be in. That 20-tick trailing stop that I put in my strategy, this was the same entry. And it got wicked out over here somewhere. This one didn't have the trailing stop. The out-of-the-box inputs would have been the better choice than going with the 20-tick trailer. Just a personal, just a note. For that Apex account, I did a little bit more of a conservative stop strategy. I had it trailing by 20 ticks, where our out-of-the-box inputs gives it a lot more room to mature. Hindsight's always 20/20. Oh, I don't think that profit window kicked in on that crude trade, and oh, it should have. It's a 90 tick. Yeah, that's a 90 tick profit target on crude oil. Wow, look at that. What a beautiful trade on crude. Hit it. Wow. $1,000 trade on crude, risking 15 ticks, risking $150. That was just a beauty. You could see my entry with a 15 tick stop on crude oil. That thing went 90 ticks with very little risk. That was just a beautiful monster trade on crude. Actually, if you think about it, the inventory report really worked in its favor. It was in the trade at about 9:40, and the inventory was in the trade. The inventory report came out, and it jacked up the price of crude right into our profit target. That couldn't have went better for crude. Let's see what open positions we're in. We're back in the retirement plan. Let's take a look at that. Another hot strategy. This is it right here. Now it jumped in short. Oh, I hope I'm not in that short position. Oh, I am. I may be the only person in the world shorting crude right now. Yeah, I know. I forgot I had the signal A still enabled. It made a short roll again right into an uptrend. A little more risk associated with this trade on crude, but the retirement plan took a beauty right into the direction of the trend. Drop down and then back up. Boy, that was a beautiful trade, huh? Very tempted to close that crude trade. Usually what I think is going to happen, the opposite does, so I'm going to leave it open. If it was up to me, I'd close it, but I'm going to do the opposite. A much better day trading today than yesterday, I'll tell you, or Friday. you can see the strategies are doing extremely well today. Really across the board. We've got a really nice diversity of instruments, and crude, the E-mini, the NASDAQ, gold, the YM. It was hard to pick a loser. Our signal B jumped in on the 5-minute. So the A went all the way, and the B is right behind it in this uptrend. I could have sworn I just saw my stop move. Yeah, okay, I'm trailing by 20 ticks. Got it. Okay. All right, well, it took a little risk off this trade.
Order submitted.
Look at all these open positions in the green. Wow. The system's really starting to run up the score now. I've certainly had my chances, I'll tell you. The retirement plan's trading extremely well today. I think the retirement plan is going to surpass black gold in the 30 range. Right now it's at 620, 630. Well, it's got a ways to go, don't it? Rao was right. Rao said, hey, the NQ's in a great trend. Excuse me, you called that one, Rao. That thing broke right through these areas of resistance, and it's still going. It's not looking back. It's just continuing up higher. I'm going to start asking Toby each day which one to pick. He could pick them. He proved it. 3 in a row for Toby. It's an incredible day for this system. I would really only want to. I think I still have that ES signal A enabled. Let's see what I have enabled. The conservative haymaker. And the ES. And crude oil. Okay, so the NQ30 range signal B with this trend is up 735. So I'm going to change my strategy here. I'm going to build an NQ30 range signal B. I think that's the one that I actually did well with to begin with. I caught that big trade. And we'll put it back on the NQ. Yeah, taking those short trades on crude was a big mistake. On CL, excuse me. Look at that, and I missed the roll up. Damn. Okay. See, my fifth. What I was just thinking was my fifth. If I had my 50 signal enabled here, it would have prevented this short entry, and it would have popped me in long, because my 15 and my 50 were green. So to filter out that losing trade on this strong move up on crude, the smart thing would have been to enable my 50 signal filter. And then I would have caught this position to the upside, rather take that counter trend trade to the downside on the crude oil trade just now. What happened was without the 50 signal enabled, on a green 50, when the RSI line crossed through the 80% line, it jumped in short in a market that was clearly trending up and must have had a good report on the inventory. Well, let's keep an eye on the ball here of what's working. 858 on the AI drone. Cash register. All right, things are setting up now for that 30 range on the signal A. If this trend continues, we've retraced down enough now to where our RSI line is in the zone we need it to be. The tighter to the 50 we get, the better.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Volume is coming down on us too. Starting to look like volume is starting to wane down. I'm just watching our RLV indicator on the bottom right is counting the contracts per minute. There we go. Maybe we'll get this pop to the upside. Here we go. The cross is just coming in now. You can see it flicker. Oh, we might be too tight to the pivot. Shoot. Well, we got a green 50, a green 15, but we're trading right into resistance. That's why that green went away. That's why the cross went away. What a shame. Just didn't set up right for us. That probably saved us. It's actually good good sidestep on that NASDAQ trade. You saw my RSI line cross, and normally it would have entered. One of our conditions is not to trade directly into a pivot. We need 60 ticks of clearance. We didn't have the 60 ticks. The system sidestepped a loser on that one. We need a nice big retracement right back down to the 50 and then a continuation. All right, let's give it another 30 minutes here, 25 minutes. We'll go to 11:30. See if we can find a trade here. Getting a nice retracement back to the 50 here on the NASDAQ. A little further. Little bit more. Our 15 is red. Let me see if I can find my haymaker strategy. I'm going to also take the 2-minute on a signal A. I see my signal A. The 2-minute just got buried down my Laguerre. So I'm going to look for an entry to the long side on the 2-minute, going into a lot of support, a lot of resistance. And I'm looking for the same entry here. I think I have the 15 filter enabled, so it's going to prevent this trade. Let's see what happens here. Look at that. Yep, the summer months are coming. The dog days of summer. You get those those afternoons. The lunch hour seems to stretch. A very slow moving market.
Order submitted.
The signal B on the 30 range just jumped in. Short. My apex took it too. Shoot. Signal B short. Got wicked out. Excuse me just for a moment. I'm going to run to the restroom.
Order submitted.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I am short the NASDAQ. I did get into a short position here on the, let's see which strategy it was. Apex, counts, doesn't really say. I think what I'm going to do is I'd like to attach it to the 15. I don't want to squeeze this one too tight. Come on down. Here's one, Stephen. Here we go, Stephen. If it wicks me out, so be it. I don't want to give it all back. Come on down. There you go. Give this thing some room. I've squeezed it pretty tightly here. Come on down. Okay. Oh, pops right back in. Not sure what happened.
Order submitted.
All right, well, the apex is up 270 somehow. Not sure what happened, but I'll take it. That was the 30 range signal B that jumped in. So we kind of fought our way back. I had plenty of opportunities to have a really great day. Somehow I managed to stay out of my own way on that one, and we're green. But I'm trying to see on my strategies which ones are on my, which ones I have enabled. The conservative haymaker is disabled. Okay, so now they're all disabled. The 30 range signal B is hot right now. So let's stick with that one. Go to the 30 range signal B. Is up $1,000. And the YM signal B. So the signal B's now starting to catch on. Getting this short roll on the NASDAQ. All right, we got about 10 more minutes. Try to get into one more on this NASDAQ 30 range signal B. Try to catch another short roll. But 270 so far. You know, I had some really nice trades today. I had a beautiful trade on crude. I hate to say I mismanaged it, but you know, the out-of-the-box settings hit a full winner. But I think I got a $400 winner, so I can't cry over spilled milk. But I did make a mental note to kind of don't touch my stops. You think, is it better to do a trailing stop and and gets some small winners in, or let it go and land that monster? I know what Mark Miller would say. Mark is such a great guy and so exciting to watch. I tell you, what a tremendous difference him buying Right Line Trading has made. It's just amazing. So it's really been the strategies have really traded extremely well again today. We're in another trade here on the YM, I see. And the ES is still drifting around there. Let's see if we can get into this short roll here. Need this this RSI line to come down. Crude just, man, that thing, after that report, even an hour before, starting at 9:30, 9:40, crude oil started going up, and it's still going up. Never stopped. Dan, I'll email you my calendar link. Looks like things are slowing down just a little bit now. About 500 contracts a minute. Give the NASDAQ another try. Just give it a few more minutes. Let me make a note, Dan, just so I don't forget. Okay. I'm going to get this green screen. I'm going to get it fixed. Mark and I were talking about it yesterday, and get the workspace a little more cleaned up with the phone number and a little more information. Yeah, it looks like volume's kind of waned on us here, Dan. Beautiful. I got very similar results. This ES-CAS register is pretty much the same as that Signal A, and 700 on black gold, and I'm right around 700. So we're getting very similar results, Dan. I will send you my calendar link. The best time for me is, in the afternoons, obviously. Other than Monday and Friday, the afternoons. But I'm going to send you a link, and whatever's convenient for you, I'd be happy to jump on the phone with you. All right, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Don't think I even really want to get into a trade right now. So I am going to disable this. Usually my best trades are when I go to lunch and I forget to turn it off. And I can't mess it up. All right, Dan. Hey, Rao, inquiring minds want to know, how'd you do it? How'd you make 3,000 on gold? He uses, I've asked him that before too, and I'll let him answer it. But I think what he does is he trades about 5 contracts, and he doesn't go for a large profit, maybe 10 or 15 ticks. But on the that's what he does on gold. On the NASDAQ, it might be a different story. Might get into this. I see this cross. That could potentially be the Signal A on the 30 range, getting ready to fire off. Let's see. It did. I just heard it. I heard it go. Let's see what happens. It's bouncing off our 15. Here we go. We break down through here. This thing could go a long way. Nice short, great entry. Very tight to the 50. I disabled mine just a minute too soon. I don't know. Just don't think there's going to be much follow through right now. Yeah, it looks like this might be a good time to take a lunch break. Just under 1,000 contracts a minute. Okay, it got stopped out. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for joining me today. This is the leaderboard, and I'm going to post these in Discord. I'll wait until the session runs out. There's a few trades that are still alive that will give a chance to close one way or the other. So much better day trading today. We had some really great opportunities. Please, if you're available tomorrow, come on back and let's do it again, God willing. Have a blessed day, everybody. Thanks for joining me. We'll talk later. Bye-bye.